everybody. Thank you for joining me once again for another episode of the Career Growth Series. It's been a wonderful time with you guys, and I'm so happy with all your comments and all your contributions. Thank you for listening and suggesting the way forward for us. So last time we spoke about being an advocate in the workplace, and today I just want to dive into it some more. So I want us to talk about the different contexts in which the environment that you are in can either hamper or encourage your advocacy. If you decide to say, I want change in my organization, I want change in my community, what are the environmental impediments that you might encounter in that journey? So we're going to look at 3 different types of environmental context. The first is the open environment, the second is the semi-open, and the third is the closed. So when you say you are in an open environment, for instance, if you work in an open organization, you could say that your organization is one that encourages transparency, encourages people to air their opinions, encourages employees to speak up when they feel something is not going right because they value the opinion and they value the contributions of their employees. Then we have the semi-open environment. If you work in an organization that practices a semi-open environment, it's one in which there is some level of transparency but only on paper. So you have your organization that has a lot of policies in place, only on pen and paper, but not in reality. So you might have a policy, but nobody is actually practicing it. And even when somebody stands up to say, let's do this the way it is written, there's always some sort of resistance to that. A semi-open environment is also one in which people are not really, allowed to give free opinion. So if your opinion doesn't really tally with what the management wants, you just have to keep it to yourself because it will not be accepted. You are advised to give your opinion, but in reality, your opinion is not accepted and it doesn't count. So the last is the closed environment. So if you work in an organization that is closed, you are in an organization where there is no level of freedom. You are not allowed to have an opinion. You are not allowed to try to change the status quo. You are not allowed to speak up against things that you are seeing that are not right. You have to obey the rules, the regulations, whether they are good or bad, whether they conform with best practices or not. You just have to obey it. So looking at these 3 different environmental contexts, what would you say your organization is practicing? Because for you to be an advocate, you need to understand the environment that you are in, know the way the environment is, to be able to determine how you are going to go about your advocacy. So if you're in an open environment, good for you. You are able to come in and bring the change, and everybody will be better for it. If you're in the semi-open environment, well, there's a chance that you can still make things happen. There's room for change because it's already in pen and paper. All you just need to do is ensure that it is actually practiced. But in a closed environment, it will be really, really, really difficult for you to come in and make a change because everything has been clamped down. Only a certain number of people have the right to make decisions and have an opinion, and every other person has to fall in line. So if you're in that sort of organization, you might need to probably think of another way to practice your advocacy and to bring about the change that you desire in your organization. So thank you for listening to me today. I'd like you to tell me what does your organization practice? Is it open? Is it semi-open? Is it closed? Let's discuss. Let's talk, so we can give you advice on how to go about your advocacy journey, even in the workspace and in your community as well. Thank you so much for listening to me. Until I come your way again next week, my name is Benedicta Busari. Join me next week, Monday, on another episode of Career Growth Series. You can reach me via email, bennybusari@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram. I am Benny Official. On Twitter, it is Benedicta Busari. And on LinkedIn, it is Benedicta Busari as well. So follow me and let's talk. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great week. Bye.